Welcome to the Walker Roundtable. We're going to jump right in and we're going to get started with some topics for you all. This first topic is, what were some of your favorite go-to struggle meals as a kid when the house was low on groceries? So when the refrigerator was low on groceries, what are you going to? And then as an added topic that Justin added that was really nice, what was your favorite school lunch as a kid and what would you hesitate to eat as an adult? Again,
Did you
welcome to the
see
Walker.
Daddy's face when you said struggle meals? He like, man, the refrigerator wasn't ever empty.
Hey,
My
you know what?
brother's never struggled.
I
That's
knew
a
exactly what you was
And that's
thinking.
why I have a job. I'll feed y'all. Man,
that's a blessing.
I go through Sam's Club, man,
Absolutely.
with a dolly.
Oh
That's
yeah,
a
I
Folks,
remember
blessing.
you pushing
folks thought I
that
had a business,
dolly.
a grocery store up in there. I had to shop for y'all, man. It was like shopping for some firefighters. You shop for the firehouse and stuff. Man, y'all was packing it away, bro. Let me tell you that right now.
Hey, you know
Yeah, see,
what?
that's the thing is that you bought it, you and Mama bought it, but it didn't
That's
stay in
Didn't
that
last too
refrigerator that
long.
long.
well,
And
thank you. That's what contributed to the physique, you know.
uh,
Yeah.
But anyway, let's go around
Anyway,
and introduce ourselves. Again, welcome to the Walker Roundtable. We're glad to be back in effect. I'm RJ. We'll start with Scoosh.
I'm Jeff Walker Sr., Papa J.
I'm Jeffrey Jr., Bobby.
And I'm Justin.
All right. Well, good to have you all, Scoosh, Book, and Bear. Scoosh, why don't you get us started off? What was some of your go-to meals as a child when the refrigerator got low, and what was your favorite school lunch, and maybe
Man,
something
when
you
I
could
was growing up,
continue
man, the refrigerator was always low. It was five kids in my
on?
household when I was growing up. There was never food in the refrigerator, but it was always food on the table. That's a
Mm,
whole different thing.
hmm
But, if there's nothing that was on that table and we had to scrounge for stuff, it was always cornflakes and milk. We never had those sweet cereals like y'all, Captain Crunch, Frosted Flakes, Cocoa Puffs, honeycomb, and all that stuff. Man, it was always the basics: cornflakes and milk.
So
And brother, man,
is that why you had such an attachment to cereal now as an adult?
yeah, it's true. Because I mean, hey, if it's cereal in that cabinet, I'm gonna grab it. You know,
mm.
it's just like growing up with stuff that you didn't have. Once you have it, you kind of those habits stick.
Kind of like Justin's addiction or need for baby carrots or miniature carrots with every meal. Is that I don't know. Sorry, sorry, Daddy. Go ahead.
Anyway, yeah, it was cornflakes and milk, and occasionally, if I was lucky, it was that ring bologna. If that was in the house, it gets sliced up, slapped in a frying pan, and it
The
was
ring bologna with the red
The
with the
red
ring.
ring.
yeah,
Everybody know
Yeah,
about
boy.
that.
man,
You remember
That's
Papa Bill used to fry that up. Remember that? That was his special.
fried up.
and then it would like when you
What
fry
was
it,
the
it would like
purpose?
have that little bubble in the middle.
Oh,
Yeah, and
put it
then
on the
it pop
side with
up
some eggs, boy.
parts in it.
Yeah.
But what
And
was the
then
purpose of that ring though? Why was that ring around a slice
You
of
know
bologna?
what? It was the producers
put it
letting us know
together.
that it was unhealthy. We shouldn't have been eating it back then.
Yeah,
So
I
they
don't
dyed
know.
it red and it's like
so
a warning.
good.
It was
Yeah.
good. It was an extra activity. You got to bite around it. That's
Uh,
Peel
what
the
that
ring
was
It was
about.
off,
like it
man.
was like it was like biting floss and like
Hey, but we never took the ring off
Because
though.
it's
See, the
stuck.
thing, you would cook it with the ring on there, and you bit into it. That first bite was, and then you just took it out, reloaded the bread, kept going.
Yeah,
Salt and pepper with
mm-mm.
the mayo on top.
that ring bologna. That was a treat. That was a treat. Because man, we had to survive around that house, boy. Because it was nothing in that house like treats and stuff like that. If it was a treat, it was homemade. Mama used to make some homemade stuff, and that was our treat. But it had been plenty of times, man. You go to school and that was your lunch and your breakfast, and we had to, go to school and get that kind of stuff. But coming back to the house, and you was hungry, and she cooked up some beans. You better eat it. And if you was scrounging for food after that, meal went down, good luck. If there was any peanut butter in the house, that was a treat. Chances are that was probably on a rat trap. So you eat that. So, I mean, hey, man, we didn't have nothing. So, them old cereals and Kellogg's Corn Flakes was around since the beginning of time. And, Mama would make chicken breading, that stuff now. Going on, she would use it for that, all kind of snacks and stuff. If you had a Rice Krispie treat in your house, it must have came from you know, some white folk or something, because it didn't originate in my
Some
house.
some holiday party.
Yeah, man,
Papa
you just,
Walker bring it back from the holiday party.
what is this? It's a Rice Krispie treat. Oh God, it had marshmallows and Rice Krispies in it. Big deal, right? But that was our go-to. So anyway, y'all got to take that over because y'all got to defend me.
Well, I mean, so to be clear, our house wasn't ever really low on. I remember having that refrigerator was always stocked. The cabinets was always stocked full of a bunch of treats and a bunch of snacks and stuff that Ryan used to hide.
Oh
But yeah, I know I got you before you got me. Now,
I was thinking about the side of
I
Bobby
know.
bed and
The
Look,
the
I know
zebra
I was
bar in the
cakes.
thinking.
basement. So hold on,
Nah,
Bobby
nah,
used to have the snacks. Let me bust you out. I don't want to see your thunder,
no,
brother.
see,
But
you can't.
Bobby, before I tell you the snacks that I had, I always would call Bobby Crash Bandicoot because Bobby would go and he would crash out, grab all the zebra cakes, all the star cakes, every last snack, and the sodas. Do you know them little all these sodas that Mama used to get? And take all of them, take them downstairs to the bar, the sodas, and put the sodas in the refrigerator behind the bar. And then under his bed and on the side of his bed, in that real narrow little space, he have all the zebra cakes, all the star cakes, and candy and stuff, and
All
Reese's
the
Pieces
zebra
cups.
cakes, all the
And
year
so then
2000
we
snacks.
weren't never low on,
Sound
on
like
food, but we was low on
sound like
snacks.
Friday.
Every time Justin used to be scared of Bobby when he was real little. He'd be like, Ryan, go. And I used to know. He used to be like, Ryan,
That
go
that
check.
wasn't.
He
I
had
never did that because that was never
Justin
my
didn't
favorite
ever want to go
snack.
check. I'd be like, I'll go in there and check.
Zebra cakes was never my thing anyway. Pop Tarts
Justin,
was my favorite
but
thing
Justin would
as a
send me on
kid.
missions because that's when Justin was real little, and he'd be like, I don't want to go. I'd be like, I'm gonna check, little bro. And then Bobby, oh, I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing. I'd be on the ground looking
All right, let
everything.
me get us back on topic because Ryan making up stuff. All right, so um, it wasn't really struggle meals, but it was more of these are things that when it was time to go to the grocery store, I said it that way.
Mhm.
I remember making like syrup sandwiches, right? And I would
Mhm.
toast the bread, put on my syrup and my butter. Um, Hot dogs, cutting up hot dogs. Okay, here's one for you. And this is like it's at when I think about struggle meals, it was really struggle meals when I got to college. But so it kind of blends for me. Some I did at home, but probably most of it I did when I got to college. The ramen noodles,
Oh, that
the
was me.
ramen
That was
noodles, and
that
then
was a
That
cooking
was
delicacy.
hot dogs in the ramen
Delicacy,
noodles.
that
son.
was mine. I was
You
Delicacy,
gonna
got
say
that
son.
that.
one?
With the
I was gonna
shredded
say
cheese on
that.
top, put a little olive oil on it,
Hmm
black pepper. You know what I'm talking. Yeah,
I
see,
mean, you had to
hmm
make it good,
know.
and so I had
hmm
that. I definitely had the fried bologna with the red ring around the outside of it. That was one that and making a sandwich. That
That's
was a good
culture, man.
one.
That's African American rooted in
That
the
was so
culture.
good. That was
You
so good. And then I mean, just a couple more that I had was just a straight up peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and I like peanut butter with like the crunchy peanut butter. So I would have that. And
Still,
then to go back to the toast thing, buttered toast with cinnamon sugar on it. That one was another one that I used to like. Um, and
Like a
then kind
little.
of so I'm done, but I'm gonna throw in an honorable mention. Justin, I remember when he was little, his first little recipe that he learned how to cook. Do you remember what it was, Justin?
No, what you talking about?
He got this recipe off of a Velveeta commercial on TV, and it was Velveeta cheese, and he would put salsa on the in the bowl with the Velveeta cheese and heat it up in the
Oh
microwave and call it
yeah.
his recipe. And this was like, man, he had to been like, say
Yeah, salsa
seven, 6 or
with
7,
cheese.
something like that.
The melted cheese was
With the
I couldn't
salsa?
do that.
Yes, he
Yeah.
put
That
it
was
with the he put
fire. I
sauce
used
in
to
it,
do that all.
melted
I
it.
used to do that all the time. That would be the with the the cheese whiz that mom used
No,
to get
hold
from
on.
Walmart.
This Ryan, this Justin recipe.
Man, come
So
on,
he would
get out of
melt
here.
it 6, 7 years old, and
Shoot,
then get
I
his little
was too.
tortilla chips and say that oh well, guess what I made.
I
So
feel like he
anyway,
learned that. I feel like he learned that from me though. He didn't learn it from the TV.
yeah,
I
okay.
learned
Oh
from. I
no.
was man. I was a
I
veteran with
think
that. I was like,
All
man,
right,
probably
take
got
I'm just
involved in
saying.
my
the
house
credit.
then.
All right, so those are my struggle meals. I'll wait for a while to talk about the school lunches that I like. But who want to go next?
Yeah.
Justin, Ryan?
Go ahead, Justin.
Yeah, I mean, like Bobby, you kind of took mine away. It was the ramen noodles, with the sliced up hot dogs. But like, I'm trying to think of like some, like you said, like struggle meals that kind of like came, like that we had as a child, but like kind of like transitioned into college, which was the time where we felt like we was actually struggling.
Mm.
I do remember cooking like a pot of spaghetti in college. And I had no like all of my FAFSA money was gone. All of my like all of that little like financial aid money was like gone at one point. And like I had nothing in my house or in my apartment except for like some noodles and like some weird like sauce that I had no idea if it would taste good or not. But I made that pot of like spaghetti and like I boiled them noodles up and I tossed that sauce in there and it lasted me for like a good 2 or 3 days and I was like, all right, I got something. But like I would say like spaghetti was probably like noodles in general is probably like the general struggle meal that'll get you through something. Um what else did and I would say like something like quick that was like I could always depend on like if I was like scrounging for something. Like mama always kept Pop-Tarts in the house for me. Like I know she always kept like zebra cakes like for you, Bobby. But like mama always kept like some Pop-Tarts like I always ate them raw, like never
I
cooked
was gonna
them.
say
Like
you never put them in
I
the
never
toaster
put
either,
them
did you?
never put them in the toaster. Like
He still eat them raw with carrots and
I don't I can't eat Pop-Tarts no more. It's too
still
sweet. I can't eat Pop-Tarts no more.
still.
Like, but and like I would say like lastly, and I'm gonna go with one of Daddy's answers. Cereal. Mama always had me addicted to Rice Krispies for some reason. Rice
Mm.
Krispies was like one of those cereals like I was introduced to as a kid that always kind of stuck with me. And I think the reason why is because since Rice Krispies are so bland, Mama used to always load the milk up with sugar so that it would taste good and I would eat it. And so like that's one of the reasons why like I was kind of addicted to Rice Krispies because like I'm like, oh, I get to pour a bunch of sugar in it. And so like that's how I
I
got
remember
addicted
that.
to Rice Krispies.
And Rice
Yeah.
Krispies with
Uh,
the sugar, but you had
yeah,
to eat them. You had to eat them in like 7 minutes
5 seconds.
I was
because
just
if you
about
ain't
to
eat them
say
within
that.
seven minutes,
That's it. It ended up being
listen,
soggy.
it's be
Uh,
soggy. But man, I was gonna say I got one. I got a serious story about Cocoa Puffs because when Cocoa Puffs had the chocolate milk and then it was just great. But anyway,
uh,
go ahead.
but uh, but yeah, like I couldn't appreciate cereal, like because I remember Daddy's cereal addiction was at first was what's that cereal called?
Wheaties,
Mini wheats.
mini
Yeah,
Wheats.
the frosted mini wheats.
I thought it was Wheaties though. I remember Wheaties.
Wheaties
It was
too.
it was the frosted mini
Wheaties too.
wheats with the one side is like the wheat and one side is the other side is the
Oh
sugar
yeah, I
coating.
remember that nasty cereal.
No,
Yeah,
that cereal was
okay,
good,
that
but
was nasty.
I didn't appreciate it until I was older. And then like you could eat, like it's like the type of cereal that you could eat like raw with no milk and like it will still taste good.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's
Like,
high
but
fiber.
yeah,
You'll feel
but
it
yeah.
later. Believe me.
like eating husks. That
Hey, dang, that's extreme. So some
I
like
mean, so what it was,
miniature
powdered
corn
sugar
husks
husks.
fried down to a
Yeah.
doggone ball with some
Uh,
frost on.
no,
uh,
I don't like that.
but not like. I could say those are my like go-tos. Like whenever there was something that I wanted in the house and I was hungry and I needed something quick and like there wasn't like something that I was gonna prepare as like a full meal, like a Pop-Tart, some Rice Krispies, and some ramen noodles with some chopped up hot dogs in it. Those are my go-tos.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm anxious. Let me just go ahead and jump
Go
in.
ahead.
I
What
got
you got,
something
Ryan?
real specific. Daddy, you remember that red? I was talking about this the other day. That red Polish sausage that y'all used to buy. Remember
Oh,
that
Those
Oh,
hot links.
from
those are
from
good.
from Pick and Save?
yeah.
No,
Listen,
I think from
okay,
Aldi's or something.
no Pick and Save, brother. Pick and
Yeah,
Save.
those were good.
Around.
I remember
You
those.
know what I'm talking about?
I know
Yeah.
All
exactly what you're
right.
talking
So they
about. They
was
was hot too.
and I think yeah, and I think I don't know the name of it. I don't even know if they had a brand, but it was whatever the Milwaukee brand. It was this Polish sausage, and every black family knew what kind of sausage you was talking about because
Mhm.
we made the family, everybody up there, up north had those sausages. You made eggs with it, sandwiches with it, hot dogs with it. You grilled it. It was just the most versatile sausage ever. And specifically, so I would eat it in two different ways, right? At our house, when we would get low on groceries, that would be it would always be a bag, like at least two. One in the back of the refrigerator, Mama used to like I think hide from us behind the milk, and then one at the bottom drawer. We get low on that. I used to run in there. I used to microwave them, get two of them, put some mustard on it, knock it out that way. Now over at Papa Bill and Baba Jean. Papa Bill had a very specific way of doing it. He would make it into a delicacy. I used to love it when he would fry them up, split them down the middle like the bologna, but split them down the middle, smush fry it on each side, and then check this out. I'm gonna tell you how cold it was.
Oh man.
Tell you how, yeah.
He
I'm gonna
Wait,
sound
tell
he
you,
hold on.
sounded
Wait,
he
wait.
sounded
listen.
like
Wait,
Tommy
you can't
I'm,
say
David.
that and just
That
I'm
food.
gonna tell you how cold he was with it. So then he would take two pieces of the bread, lightly mail it up, put some salt and pepper on it, take each part of the cut up sausage, put the thing on there, and then cut it down the middle. So you have each part of the bread with the sausage. Fire. And every time I would get me a sandwich, this is back when we was little. When Millie would come, "Oh, Daddy, give me one." So she always be trying to grab part of my sandwich because that's when she was over there. But that was in there. I remember in their refrigerator was at the bottom drawer next to the deli meats. The Bobby Jane. You remember the deli meats that she used to have in there with the paper that she used to get from Pick and Save? You know what I'm talking
Mhm.
about? Bobby know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
It used to be the one that we always would make the sandwiches with. I
Yeah.
used to make it, if she would get it cut up real fine, you got to get through the paper to get it though, like that.
Mm,
So you just know what I'm talking about.
yeah.
I would go down there every single time and get that, either get the sandwich and then I go into that real skinny. I told Diddy about this the other day, that real skinny closet like that on shelf four, all the way in the back behind the green beans, and get one of the Twix that Papa Bill would hide, or the Snickers that he would hide, and then go down in the basement and get a Tahitian treat. Uh,
He
in the
had all the
wash, in the
sodas.
wash, and yeah, the Tahitian
Oh, the
treat
sodas. Yeah.
in the basement by the dry cleaner.
No,
I had to
the
get very
sodas was over
specific.
by that big old stand from the floor freezer.
Oh, and yeah, it
Yeah.
was in
It
the it
was
was
in
in the
that
it was
little
it was in the freezer where
And
yeah,
the
that
bar
closet
the
that
deep
had the curtain,
Yeah.
the
yeah
the curtain
closet
the
closet.
deep freezer that
with the
had the
shade
birthday
curtain.
cake in there. The birthday cake never went nowhere; it just stayed in the freezer for 20 years.
Hmm.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh man, I
Back to the
remember that
house is probably
freezer.
still there.
What'd you say?
Man,
Back
Ryan
to the
said
house
a
is
whole
probably still there.
Yeah.
Ryan
No,
said a
I
whole
brought
lot.
y'all back to y'all childhood, didn't I?
I mean,
See,
you said a whole lot focusing on just Polishes, right?
Yeah,
We
but you
was
know
right.
talking
what?
about
But
Smush
listen,
frying. Whoever, by the way, hold on real quick. So whoever didn't catch that reference about splitting down the middle, smush frying, that's from Black
Black
Dynamite.
Dynamite.
So y'all go and watch that movie, Black Dynamite. You know exactly what he's talking
Split down
about.
the middle twice.
smush
Smush
fry.
fried.
But it's so funny because we were saying that before the movie came out. So then that's like a
You knew it.
that's something that
Yeah.
black folks get. it hits so hard. It's true though, because then the bologna bubble up,
Mm.
and everybody understands that
You
you're gonna
gotta
put some
smush it
eggs on
off.
the side. You can put it on the sandwich.
Hmm.
No, that's good. That's good.
Mhm.
Okay. So did we hit all the struggle meals?
Struggle meals,
Hmm.
man. Struggle
Okay.
meals. Now it's lunchtime. Now it's lunchtime.
Mm.
Now, as far like, what's the favorite go-to lunchtime meal y'all had? But I mean, I got a couple of them. I got a couple of
Hmm.
them off top, but
Well, go ahead. You can start it off
I
because
I,
yeah, I think we
I
all
think
got a lot.
the first thing that I think about that people sleep on. I think I was talking to Justin about this the other day.
Hmm.
Is the chicken sandwiches. Chicken sandwiches used to be very fire and
Chicken
consistent.
patties.
The chicken
Hmm.
patties, you know they were always going to be good.
Hmm.
Chicken nuggets were always good. Pizza was always good, and I appreciate
Hmm.
it. I
I don't know about
appreciate it.
always,
Not
but
the
Well,
pizza.
I
it
don't
had the
know.
little square. It was all right.
Yeah, it did
And
come in a square.
the spaghetti was okay. But I think probably my favorite, whenever they made it, I knew it was always going to be great. It was just simple, just the grilled cheese. Every time they would make the grilled cheese
Oh,
sandwiches, man,
forgot
the
about
grilled
that.
cheese, I was like, yeah, it's going to be a good time. And I would get me two chocolate milks. I would get a chocolate milk and then I would steal another one. I don't know why we had chocolate milks for lunch, but
For the
somehow it
extra
worked.
That's
flavor.
exactly what I was thinking.
Somehow it worked, right? They was
Uh,
talking about that the other day on we and they used to have them real cold. Get those two chocolate milks, knock them out, you be in the game. Those are mine.
uh,
Those are some good
Man,
ones. I got quite a few of them, but Daddy, you want to go next?
yeah, sure. Let me tell you, it wasn't too much variety in high school. Or not high school, all through school with hot lunch. They had the basics. You had your fish sandwich, hot dog, pizza, a couple other things. The mock chicken leg,
Yeah, that's good.
mm,
fake all the
yeah.
way. It was
They had
nothing
the
but
little mashed potatoes on the side.
Yeah, that mashed potatoes with the sauce on it.
powdered
Hmm.
potatoes and some whole kernel corn on the side. You know,
Hmm.
that mock chicken leg was probably the most unhealthiest piece of meat. They chopped that
Mystery
chicken
meat.
up
What? I mean,
and
I don't know if it was meat.
Mystery
yeah,
meat
man, that
all the
chicken
way. But it was good though, wasn't
was, yeah, I had to dissect that thing before I ate it. But
You remember the
yeah,
shape that it
that
was in,
that was
Daddy?
probably one of those things that I can remember is that mock chicken leg, and trying to find that, huh? Say again?
Do you remember the shape that the mock chicken leg was in? I remember it being
it?
like
Yeah,
a
it was
big
in
It's
it was in
old,
the
shaped
shape of a little drumstick.
like a
like
big,
like a
yes,
guitar.
like a guitar.
Yeah.
That's perfect. That's
Yeah,
exactly what
Like
it
a
looked like.
guitar.
it was shaped like this.
Horrible.
Oh, I'm gone.
That's
Yeah,
exactly
man,
what it
Exactly
looked
what
like.
it's shaped like.
and it was on a stick.
Oh, that's funny.
Guitar shaped mystery meat.
Hey,
That's what it was.
yeah, and it
That
was on a
mystery meat
stick.
didn't last.
It
It
was
didn't.
y'all's was on a stick.
It was on a stick.
Ours wasn't on a
Oh,
Oh
stick.
man.
that's
They
terrible.
took
What?
that stick away because it was like
Health hazard. People
Hazard,
it
right?
was like a stabbing weapon.
Oh yeah.
It was a stick. And
Mm.
so, yeah, they took that away and just plopped it on your plate. But yeah, that mock chicken leg was definitely one to be desired. Anyway,
Mm.
go ahead, Bobby.
Okay, so okay, I got real quick the chicken patties. In
Mm.
elementary school, I didn't like chicken patties because ours was soggy. But I got
Yeah.
to college and they crisp it up real nice. So I definitely was eating those chicken patties when I got to college.
Mm.
Hot dogs. One thing that y'all didn't say that I liked was sloppy joes.
I
I
don't
like those.
remember
Y'all
the
didn't have
sloppy
sloppy
joes.
joes?
I don't remember
We
those.
had sloppy joes, and then I used to like the fish sticks a little bit.
Mm.
Um, and then chicken nuggets, all that stuff, fries, all. What I didn't like was uh taco day. Like that meat and stuff, it didn't taste good, at least in our school. So I didn't
Mm.
really like taco day. And the mock chicken leg sometimes was good, but the Salisbury steak It was
No.
not.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all
I
remember
thought the
that?
Salisbury steak was good though.
You liked it? I
It
no
was all
man.
right. It wasn't
I
bad.
didn't like the Salisbury steak. This was stuff that I remember from elementary. When I
Mm.
got to middle school, it was about the same foods, but then what they added in middle school. Justin, do you remember they had the salad bar and the potato bar?
At
Did y'all have
Morris?
that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So
No.
we had that, and then when I got to high school, um, it was about the same in high school too. But I think what I remember was going around the corner to Burger King and eating that chicken sandwich. And then whenever we played Nicolay, getting mad in basketball or whatever it is, getting mad because they had Pizza Hut and some of these other things in their cafeteria that we didn't have in ours. That's what I remember about eating in high school. And then lastly in college, the pizza was good. What I remember though most was like the subs, the
Pizza at
sub
Gordon
sandwich.
Commons.
The
The Gordon
pizza at Gordon Commons, but well,
Fire
like getting it crispy and well done.
at
Because they
night.
would give it to you doughy and stuff. I'm like, man,
No,
take this back.
whoever used to be working at night. See, I mean, I know because I was nerding out, studying for them exams. Man, at nighttime, fire, and it'd be like $5. They'd bring you a big old pizza like that right up
Oh
to the room.
yeah,
I was like,
oh
man, this is
yeah.
highway robbery.
It was so good. But I mean I tell you, I got some uncooked dough a couple of times and had to not eat it or send it back. But when they made it right, they made it good. And those sub sandwiches, the hoagies, all the stuff that they made, it was easy to gain 15, 20 pounds at Wisconsin because that food was
Mm-hmm.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Not just on campus either.
They
Right off of campus on State Street, all
Man,
that food
listen,
was good. When I
on
left, I missed that
stage
food.
on Stage Street. See, that's where I discovered
Yes.
Charlie's. Charlie's.
Charlie's. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Them Buffalo sub sandwiches.
and see
Buff
now they finally brought
It's
one
all
down here
around
after
now. It's not just in
20 plus
Wisconsin.
after like 20 plus years. They finally brought one down to Texas, but
Yes, it's around now.
yeah, so but I mean they just literally got here. So but yeah, in college, man, oh gosh, they had
Food
so
was
many
good.
good restaurants. And then the crazy part that I remember is that they had like the basic, I mean, because we back then you partying and stuff. The McDonald's not on State Street, but the one on what's that? Where you on Regent Street. That
Mm-hmm.
McDonald's was like I ain't ever had a McDonald's that was good. I don't like McDonald's like that. But if you wanted fresh fries and good hamburgers, whatever they were doing in that place, man, fire. But
That
maybe it
was
could have just been an hour.
It probably was the
Depending on where
hour.
you're at.
Yeah, it was probably the fact that it was 2 o'clock in the morning. Hey, you know
Probably.
what wasn't good to me? I don't know if y'all liked it or not, but Ian's Pizza.
I thought Ian's Pizza was good. I didn't like the fact that
It
they
was it was
that they
cool. It
didn't
was
use like they just like touched it with they didn't use gloves, but
Oh
like I
well,
think
I
they
don't
was
know about all of that, but I do remember them just putting every little topping under the sun on a
yeah,
pizza. It's
like
like I
mac and
don't know.
cheese and all kind of stuff. Like it was like to me, like I went to Ian's Pizza maybe like once and like never tried it again. Like I remember it looking like kind of like New York style pizza, kind of,
Yeah,
but like where it was kind of like real flat all the time. And like I tried it once and I wasn't impressed.
I wasn't a big fan. I mean, I've had ones that I liked a lot more, but yeah, those are the things that I liked. The lunches that I liked throughout the years in school. Um,
You know?
Justin, what about you?
Well, for me, um, like I said, the chicken patties, the chicken nuggets, in elementary school. But to me, the all-time great of school lunches in elementary school was by far ham and cheese day.
oh yeah, I forgot about that. Maybe I
Never
was
had
thinking
that.
about that.
Ham and cheese.
It
Fire.
was warm too, I think,
It
right?
was nice. It
hmm
was like a grilled
Ham,
ham and cheese. It was like a panini.
Hmm.
ham and cheese day was always fire. It was the best school lunch to me in the world. Um, And the pizza, I don't remember the pizza ever being that good in elementary
Because it
school.
wasn't. It wasn't.
Man,
Nah,
Isn't
y'all
that
I
lying.
don't.
stupid?
You know
That's
that,
I
Peter.
stupid.
don't.
It
It
wasn't
was salty.
bad. It
And
was
no,
like,
because you know
it
what I
was like
remember.
Jack's from Aldi. You know,
You know
little
what I
Jack.
remember? I
Oh,
do. I remember like they had like little sausages that looked like beads on it. It was like real
Dude,
weird meat.
that
Like
is crazy.
it was like tiny little beads. I'm
I
like,
know
what is
exactly what you're
this?
talking about, Justin.
I'm
I
like,
remember that
I'm
too.
like, I don't
Great
like this. I'm like,
sausage.
take this back, man. I want to go to Chuck E. Cheese if you want to give me
Oh,
some
I
pizza,
remember
man.
that.
Don't nah.
And every time you bite it, will roll off it will roll off the slice.
Yeah, it was like it would roll off. I'm like, what is this
Look at
One
that.
bite with
little
cheese and the other is just dough.
just got meats, like whatever it is. I'm like,
It'd
so
be hitting that big plastic plate to be on.
but but I do remember like ham and cheese being like the best hot lunch to me. The best cold lunch in elementary school had to be like the Lunchable. Like to me, the
Oh,
Lunchable, like when Mama and Daddy bought us Lunchables, like with the Capri Sun on the side and the little ham and cheese with the crackers, fire all day.
I still kind of, I don't really have that here, but when Soraya brings it from her mama, and
You be
she,
snacking on the
I
Lunchables.
sometimes just go ahead and knock it out for her, so she ain't got to worry about it if she got an extra one in her backpack. So
Yeah, of course. So she don't gotta worry.
just
Man,
go
I
ahead.
ain't had a Lunchable in so long. I forgot. I don't even know what Capri Sun tastes like anymore. I ain't had a Capri Sun in so long. But yeah, like by the time I got to middle school, I don't remember too much about middle school lunch, honestly. I don't remember anything that like really stuck out that was too different from like elementary school. But when I got to high school, when I got to King, I can tell you this for sure. I may have had hot lunch at King only like a handful of times. And the only reason why was because if I ate the school lunch, my stomach would be upset by the time I got to football practice. And so I never ate school lunch.
What were you
Like
eating?
I would be eating like, by the time I got to King, they was having like all kind of snacks. Like they was selling like flaming hot the lunch lady was selling bags of flaming hots. And so
Wait,
like
hold on.
That's
Speed
better.
up for a
That's
second.
better
Like,
than
hold
the
on.
regular lunch
no,
from
You can
school.
eat flaming hots all day long and not feel a
That's
certain
no,
regular
type of way?
lunch.
hold on, hold on. I would sometimes snack on the flaming hots, but like I learned my lesson by the time I got to football practice. I
Okay,
can't eat
okay,
that.
okay.
But they had
Blowing
like
that bathroom out.
they had like huge vending machines in King, and I would always get these certain chips. I forgot what they was called, but they sold them at the dollar store. They were there was like these cheddar chips with like I think they call like all gratin or something
all great.
All
Oh,
grain.
but like yeah but they were like different they were like a dark side chip with like a light side on it but it was like cheesy kind of like I forgot what they was called. I used to buy them all the time but like it was that would be like my go-to and like I remember Daddy would always leave me $3 a day for lunch. Like he would give me he'd leave $3 on the table for lunch, and like I think lunch was like a couple dollars in high school. And sometimes I would like give me a little bag of chips, and then but I would save some of that money so because like I would save it up for like a haircut, on the weekend or something. Like go to Daddy drop me off at J and I'll pay him like $10-15 for a haircut or whatever. Um and so like that was my like school lunch experience. By the time I got to King, I wasn't even eating the lunch. I was snacking. And by the time I did eat something in high school, it was me and the football team going up to like KFC to buy like chicken sandwiches before a game and that would be, what we would eat, before a game, like if we were like really, really hungry. But like, nah, I kind of avoided the school lunch because like if I was to eat that, have some chocolate milk on my stomach, by the time I get to practice and I'm running for 2 hours, nah, it wouldn't have worked.
That ain't
man,
enough.
you missed out though.
Yeah, it wouldn't have worked. But by the time I got to college, like my go-to was honestly, it was probably Subway. Like Subway, like because like the Regent had a Subway at the bottom floor of the building. Like so when I was living in the Regent, the whole complex smelled like Subway. So, it would be the first thing that I would see. I'd be like, oh, okay, let me just grab a sub, and eat this and knock this out before I head to class. And that would be like my go-to thing. Um and then like yeah, like Ryan said, Charlie's was always like by the time I got to State Street, it was always Charlie's. Um and yeah, that was practically it. So yeah, that's those are my favorite school lunches.
You know what? None of you guys had mentioned bringing your own lunch to school, right?
The
And
Lunchables.
that ain't
Yeah.
that. I'm talking about those brown bag, make that whatever sandwich at home, bring it to school lunch.
I used to do
Mhm.
that.
Man, in high school, that's when all that processed meat started hitting the market, make your own sandwich type stuff. Those little tiny coolers and stuff like that. Because, when I played ball, eating their lunch and then going to practice, I'd be eating during practice, and all that good stuff. But man, we would pack lunches and all that kind of stuff. And it was like, I pretty soon never went to the school lunch. I always had my own lunch in the locker, me and my partner. He's passed on, but we used to have that locker smelling like a deli up in there. And that takes me back to what would your grandfather's lunch look like going to school?
Mhm.
You know, Packing some hog maws and some chitlins up in there and stuff like that. I'm like, what they bring to school? What would they bring? They would
They
bring
was cook. They was cooking. They was cooking. On
some
them
roast
doggone.
beef and some coon and stuff. I'm like, what? Some
A
fried
grill
fish
right
up
out of
in them
class.
bags and stuff, man. I don't know. It's like, but yeah, we used to bring some lunches to school that would be like, all kind of stuff. But
That
anyway,
reminds me of Mama used to make um, the best lunches, right? And when I went to, I think I was like, had to been first grade or second grade, something like that. And she made the biggest lunch for me, had all like, the sandwich, had a bunch of meat and cheese or whatever, and then the
Yeah,
different snacks and everything.
yeah, I said, hold on, but before you finish, like I say that Mama, like by the time like it was time for like a field trip, like in elementary school, Mama would always pack us the best lunch, like with the
The best.
especially, and I would always remember like she would always have like those little Kool-Aid jammers,
Yep.
and like and like
Tropical punch, son.
those Kool-Aid jammers with those lunches. Oh, that was always hidden all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she used
Those
to
were a
have,
premium. Those were a premium
Mhm.
back then.
well, see, that's the thing, right? Is that she packed lunches so well that
Mhm.
it made me embarrassed to bring it to school. I remember
Oh,
eating, I remember opening up my lunchbox, right?
mhm.
Real distinctly. I remember opening up my lunchbox at the cafeteria table one day, and I'm pulling out this snack and this Kool-Aid jammer and this, thick old sandwich. And then somebody had the nerve to say something about my lunch and how it was too big and too much. And I was like, look over there, and he was just a hater, right? He ain't had nothing
Mhm.
much, but it made me feel a certain type of way about bringing those types of lunches, and I think that's probably why I ended up wanting to eat hot lunch so much because
You
the
wanted to
cold
fit
lunches that
in.
I brought just
Mhm.
overshadowed the folks that was around me that they made me feel bad for having a sandwich, having a lunch like that.
You got such a
That's
good
messed up.
heart. I didn't feel no
You,
kind of way because they would be
I
like, "Oh,
shouldn't have.
he must
Bobby
be
felt.
rich. He must be rich. He got a Kool-Aid jammer." I said, "Yeah, the Lord is good." I used to pop that Kool-Aid jammer out, eat that turkey sandwich with the bacon on it with big old pieces of tomatoes.
Mm.
What?
I should have been just like you with that.
And then big thing of Doritos, and they would look. They did the same. They would look at me. I'm yeah, and
Haters.
Good thing your mama didn't pack, collard greens and
Yeah, you know what? And you know
she
what?
could tell why they
And you
wouldn't
know
have looked
what?
at that
And you know what?
twice,
I would have knocked that out too. But here's the funny part. They
Hell,
would do it, and you knew they was jealous because they'd talk about you. And see, I would pick up our peep game, and then they'd be trying to ask you, "Oh, let me have some." Like, nah, fool, you can't have none of my lunch. You was just talking about how
Right.
I think I'm this and that because I got these Kool-Aid jammers. Now you want to ask me for a piece of my cookie or my Doritos? I'm good. I ain't had no mercy.
I should have been like that.
Bobby felt the elitist eating his cold lunch. He said, I just want to fit in with the people.
I mean, that's
Like,
that's how it was, unfortunately.
like,
Yeah.
nah, buddy.
But
Like, you
I
gonna
mean, I look back and I appreciate the effort that was put into making that lunch because that
good.
definitely there was some type of cold lunch.
Oh, I figured out the chips that I used to always buy. Like instead of eating lunch at King, I would always eat these. Like TGI Fridays, potato skin chips.
Potato skin.
Okay.
They sold these like in the vending machine. Buy maybe like a bag or two of those, and I was good until all the way to the rest of the day.
I just can't
Like
believe that all you was eating every day was potato chips and you didn't actually eat real food
I can believe
I
it.
didn't I didn't
the
eat
whole
that. I
day.
didn't eat
I can believe it.
I couldn't. I mean, because if my stomach would be entirely messed up by the time I got to that football practice. I'm running 50 hills. Like you know what them hills is like,
I
Bobby.
mean, I
Like
ran the
you
same hills. I know. I needed to eat something though.
Well,
I could
if
I
if you
could
look at here's the thing, if you
Oh.
look at how Justin eats now, okay, ask him what he's eating today throughout the day, and you look at him just eating potato skins every day throughout his entire high school career, it will add up. We're not going to dive into details, but Bobby, that'll be a good research project for you to, because Justin, the way he
I'll
eat now,
follow up later.
I don't know what kind of craziness he be having on his plate, bowls of
No,
this
I
and
don't
that.
out them right now. Go ahead. I'll
hey
do the research
hey
later.
the car.
I ain't got no problem telling y'all what I eat,
I
man.
don't know. I just know that,
No.
if he has eggs, a lot of the time eggs don't get cooked in the skillet, man. You be some microwave magic
Hey,
happening. But I'm
You know,
just
it,
we call those concoctions.
hey
yes.
man, it goes
Concoction.
it goes down easy and comes out smooth, brother.
Oh
Brother.
man.
Oh Lord. Oh my goodness. So with that, on that note, thanks everybody for joining us on another episode of the Walker Roundtable. Please
Oh man.
like, subscribe, share, and we'll be back again soon with another one for you guys. God bless. Thanks.
All right.
Peace.